Mike, what are you eating? That looks amazing.
Oh, this? It's just a delicious Elsinore burrito from El Ranchito Taco Shop.
Is that nacho cheese sauce and hot Cheetos?
Nacho cheese, hot Cheetos, and their mouth-watering carne asada. And I'm dipping it in their creamy guac.
Creamy guac. Yum.
Giggity.
I guess this is a great time to remind everyone that if they're ever in the Inland Empire area, visit Ray at El Ranchito Taco Shop.
Yeah, totally. Check them out on Facebook.com/Ranchito Elsinore.
Or on their Instagram at Ranchito Elsinore.
Now I want me some Elsinore burrito and some of that creamy guac.
Giggity.
I can always give you some of my creamy guac, Jake. Just ask.
El Ranchito Taco Shop, Lake Elsinore.
More than just great Mexican food.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Titties.
Watch the video.
Why did my ass move when I was trying to shake my titties?
It's whatever is the most ample on your body.
That's what jiggles. The
Titties,
most, so.
titties and bitties.
Itty bitty titties.
Committees.
Committee. Oh, nicely done.
Hi y'all. What's up,
Hi.
bitches?
Hello there.
Welcome to the Customer States Podcast, where we talk about anything and everything in the automotive industry.
What's up, fuckers?
Ooh, I like your voice. It's sultry.
I'm Eric Montenegro. How's everybody doing?
Fantastic.
So good.
Leaning to the left.
Happy Friday, bitches.
Friday.
I think we should
Oh, we should.
crack
was a
open.
Bust a nut.
Busy week.
Fuck yeah. Was it good for you too?
Always is, Poppy.
Ooh, that is delicious. I'm having a wild berry acai smash.
I'm having pomelo.
And Allie is enjoying something that she doesn't like.
It's better than the yuzu one. This is watermelon and lime.
It's watermelon and
It's not that bad.
So exotic.
Pomelo.
indeed. I'm Eric Montenegro. For those of you who don't know, I'm a heavy line
hi,
technician
Eric.
for Ford Motor Company. I've been doing it now for almost 5 years. And to my left is the ostentatious Alaire Paul.
I'm not Austin. I'm Allie Paul. I do warranty administration for both Volkswagen and Mazda. I've been doing it for about.
Why did your eyes just blink independently?
13 years now.
She's trying to be sexy. She's like,
Did I do that?
yes.
Ruining the moment.
God, this is a
What's with the ASMR podcast
audio.
It makes me want to hot tub
No,
real bad.
It's a little horny. And so many people are yucked out right now.
Like, oh God, what is this? Fast forward 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds.
To my left is Jake.
Your turn, Jake.
Hello.
Hi, Jake. What's your last name?
My last name is Secret.
What's your middle name?
Secret.
Big.
Danger.
Jake Secret. I've never heard of you before.
Big. His middle name's Big.
Jake Big.
Secret.
Yes.
Jake Big Secret. Welcome,
What do you do, Jacob?
Welcome to the podcast, fuckers. I'm a service advisor, and I write shit down on paper,
And in the computer.
and I help customers. Eric is bothered.
Eric's verklempt.
He's hot. He's bothered. He's verklempt.
He's here for it. Stay a little while.
Sweat running down
Sit
Tessa's
down.
supple nipples.
Listen to all of our voices.
hot dog real bad.
But I'm Jake Rekus, everybody. I'm a service advisor, and been doing it for close to 4 years. And Michael is very angry at me because I'm talking like this.
Oh my God.
I'm about to be angry if you don't continue with this voice.
Yeah.
Michael.
It's what the people want.
Michael, if you do it like this, I'll read you a bedtime story.
You've got to give the people what they want.
Throw in another one of those cookies that Allie's mom made, and you got a deal.
I'll give you 5 if you do the fucking voice.
5? Really? Okay,
Yes.
fine. Hi, my name is Mike Serra. You are listening to Customer States Podcast, where we talk about everything in the automotive industry. I am a senior master technician at an automotive dealership. Thank you for listening.
Okay. You
All
can
right.
have 10.
Okay,
So
nicely
now,
done.
please, can we continue with the
Yes.
automotive podcast?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Koa,
Welcome.
thank you for joining us today.
Welcome.
We really appreciate your presence.
Hi, Koa baby.
And so
Fuji.
we have a very funny customer states
Speaking of
event.
sexy voices and making me want a hot dog really bad.
Makes me
Koa.
want to drive stick.
Ditto.
Okay.
Hey,
So-
Eric, would you teach me how to drive stick?
No doubt about it.
By now, the rumor, well, it's not a rumor, but by now,
Oh,
everyone in the dealership knows that I'm no longer doing shop foreman stuff. However, they are allowed to call me for things that have to do with my department or departments, which
Okay.
now that I'm,
What are your departments technically?
oh my goodness.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
so automatic transmission, manual transmission, 4x4, front differential, rear differential, anything with the drive line, technically, front CV axles, some suspension components. I will do light line on gasoline engines only. I try not to do any heavy line stuff anymore just because my time is much better spent. That's from the couch. Please put that back.
It was just in the middle. It was just it was just floating, dude.
In the center of the
I
two
know what
couches,
you did.
there's
It holds them together.
It's a love sack couch. Anyway, sorry for the interruption, Jacob.
Oh, fuck you. God damn it. Check out.
So most of the bigger things in the shop, other than like engine stuff, which Eric's department would take care of,
Okay. That's me.
and tune-up things and like anything on the inside of the car, including like a shifter, I don't touch. So, but I'll do all the other big stuff
I
in
handle
my
the
department.
shifters.
So, and that includes like rattles and noises and things like that are obviously like suspension components or drivetrain components.
And Eric sticks with the rear diff and drive line.
Yeah.
Drive shaft.
All the shafts.
So we have this customer with a 2021 Navigator or something like that.
That's a stick?
No.
Oh.
The story, just calm
Shut
down.
up, Jacob.
Calm down. I'm telling
You know
the story.
what? I'm leading you
talking.
in.
He's talking.
I'm talking.
He's talking. I'm retarded.
You know what?
You can't
I will
say
get you that
that.
shirt.
Sorry, I'm handicapable?
Yes. Diminished capacity.
Oh my God.
Go on.
So
You're
I
navigating
road
through
tested
this.
the vehicle the previous week for 10 miles or 11 miles and couldn't verify a single thing with it. It drove perfectly fine. And so I get a call from the service advisor today saying, hey, the customer's back. They're saying that it's acting up right now and they want to go for road test with you. I said, well, just write it up. No, it's acting up right now. She really wants you to verify it, especially since you weren't able to verify it last time. I was like, okay, I guess I'll go with on a road test with the customer. And after about 5 miles or so, sure as shit, it had one funky shift. And I was like, okay, well, I mean, that's abnormal,
there.
For sure. And the 11 miles that I drove it last time, nothing. I'm trying to explain to her like, this is fine. And, I kind of skipped a part, but in the beginning before the road test, before we verified this concern, we're in the service drive and we're talking, and she's trying to explain to me what it feels like, what the shift is like. And she's like, it's not like it's, slipping or something like that. She's using all these different terms, but I don't know how to explain it. Do you know how to drive stick? And I just the same reaction. I couldn't help myself but laugh. Like, lady, if you only knew.
He drives stick every day
He can
by
roll
himself.
through the gears just fine.
Yeah. So, and I said, yes, I am very capable of driving stick shift. She's like, well, like what happens if you like slip it a little bit too much before you put the clutch in? I'm like, okay, so you're talking about like a shift flare or something like that, like it lags and you got a little bit of a flare there, shift lag, shift
And
flare.
she's just looking at you blankly like, those are words.
Do not come.
Those are words.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
me.
So it was very funny to me when she asked me like, do you know how to drive stick? Like I'm an automotive technician. Don't you think that in the 14 something years that I've been in the automotive industry at this dealership that I might have driven a stick shift vehicle every now and then, let alone owned quite a few. So it's just, and she
dare
she
she?
even after the fact said like, I didn't mean to assume, but I just have to ask. I was like, how old do you think I am that I've never driven a stick shift? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Don't you see the gray hairs? Like, please. So that was my very, very funny story.
Wow.
Thank you.
Did you
Started off
figure
with a
out
barn
the problem?
burner.
Did you figure out the problem?
No, my department's pretty backed up right now, so we scheduled her an appointment. And I even kind of told her, I was like, if you want to leave the vehicle with me, that's fine. But I do legitimately have vehicles that have been waiting here for weeks for parts that I got parts. Legitimately, I got parts for like 6 or 7 different vehicles, all while I was away on my mini vacation for 3 days.
I got pods coming up my ass.
I'm trying to get caught up on all that
I'm
stuff.
so sad that we just missed you in Vegas, basically.
I know. How wild is that?
Yeah.
And so the guy that I did the fireworks show with was in Vegas at the same time that I was in Vegas. And I knew that, and he knew that, but his family trip was so, scheduled, and mine was beyond scheduled. Like I didn't even have like a spare second to like go back to the room and just like collapse on the bed. So,
Mike was at a stag party.
Oh yeah. Yes, we did have a bit of a stag party, a gentleman's weekend. Yeah. It was very fun in Vegas. I remember most of it.
Vegas is
You guys, I won $140 in Vegas at on the machine that is Heidi and Helga's Beer House. It was amazing. Strongly recommend.
Allie walked around and she's like, "Oh, that machine has big titties on it. I want to play that one."
Oh yeah, big titty German girls.
That's
Was
how I
nice.
pick my gambling machines.
All the titties.
Nothing but. So Allie,
If I
I know
recall,
what's coming.
you had a story coming up.
Do not come.
Yep. So me and Allie have been dealing with
Allie
a
and
new RICO. Shut up the fuck up. Me and Allie have been dealing with it doesn't fucking matter. Jesus Christ.
Allie and
Me and Allie, the two of us have been
collectively.
collectively
Trust.
the two
Very
of
good.
the two of youths have been dealing with a new recall.
The
The two of youths.
the two youths.
Yeah, the two of youths. I'm sorry, Your Honor, youths. So
my cousin Vinny.
it's a new fuel
So
pump
good.
recall, and the impeller inside of the fuel pump, low pressure, of course. Apparently it can get warped, or it is warped, or whatever the case is, and it can cause stalling, fuel not to be sent. Even though not a single car in our VIN range in our area has been affected by this, of course, it still has to be done to each and every one of the cars.
It's multi-model.
Correct.
It's multi-year.
Correct.
It's big. It's
Yeah,
a big one.
it's-
a big one.
It's a big one.
It's 2018,
A big
19,
one.
and 20 Mazda 3, Mazda 6, Miata, CX-5, and CX-9.
Weren't you bragging like a few episodes ago about how Mazda hasn't had any recalls this year?
Well, that's a pretty good run.
Even Superman has to wash his cape every once in a while. Right?
Yeah.
That's right.
So besides the fact of this recall, it was intergalactic back order on getting the parts availability. So it was just a preemptive notice for everybody. And now they send out another letter saying, "Hey, guess what, guys? We have all the parts
available."
So everybody and their fucking grandmother are calling in and be like, "Oh, I want to get this done."
Man, nothing is fucked here.
And it's-
Nothing is fucked.
And
Well done.
it's severe, like limited parts ordering or restricted parts ordering. So we only get X amount for each one.
Oh my God.
The vehicle
Fucking
has to be there.
gaskets on those.
The vehicle has to be here. Certain ones are harder to get than others, which we still can't get, even though they're available. They're all being allocated to where they were first, and blah blah blah. So we can only realistically take 2 a day, unless it is the CX-9s are harder than the CX-5s. The Miatas are the hardest. The CX-5s and the Mazda 6s are a piece of cake. But of course, everybody and their grandma is calling like, "I want to get in now." And there's still the possibility of, even with those 2 per day that you have because of the parts, you're going to have somebody come in, you run the VIN, it goes, "Holy shit, it's an open recall. We have to perform it or we get dinged." So it's been
Yeah,
fun.
there's like a whole thing of our goodwill dollars are defined by how, if we miss any,
We have to stay
recalls.
we have to stay within a certain tier. If you miss one, it's a percentage of missed at 9.
Well, that's if the repair order is generated, right?
Correct. Only if the repair order is
RO
generated.
is opened with a VIN, like let's
So
say,
tell them to come back for the oil change later.
but let's say
Sometimes we will.
a
It's all if
service
they
writer jumps the gun and they open a repair order with that VIN and close
Before
it out
checking
as
the
0,
vehicle.
missed recall.
or if they open it before checking the VIN and it's there, you're fucked.
I'm
It's
sure
hard.
Ford has a metric for that as well.
So with ours, it's a tier.
This is the toughest one I've seen so far.
as far as parts availability and stuff.
The
like,
airbag was a pain in the ass.
That's not what I mean. I mean, like, this is the most strict for recall completion.
Oh, yes.
And it started with the Takata airbag recall.
Oh,
and that's kind of what spurred this all on.
And with ours, you know,
What's
it's
a spurn?
Nothing.
It's a tier 1, 2, and 3 how it works. You miss a certain percentage, you stay in 1 and you're fine. 2, it's you start to get a slap on the wrist, and 3, they're like, fuck you, you get no assistance.
Oh my god.
You lose it.
And it fucks up your parts stuff. There's like multiple departments that it affects.
Right. To put it into perspective, one of the local Mazda,
okay?
He'll be okay. One of the local Mazda dealerships that's actually down towards the beach is because their performance has been so poor, we're allowed, 20, 25, fuel pumps per week or every 2 weeks. They're allowed 4 fuel pumps a week because their performance is so bad.
Oh my god. That would be crippling.
On missed performance or missed recalls, or we've actually found out that local dealership has been turning people away for certain recalls. Like they come in, they run it, and they're like, oh, no, we can't do that right now. And then they come up to our dealership super pissed off. And I've talked about this before, but it is really, really bad right now, especially with this, because they're limited and it makes everybody look bad. And then on the other side of the coin, Allie is dealing with a parts mix-up with these fuel pump recalls.
Yeah, so because it's multi-model and multi-year, there's different labor ops and parts for the fuel pump bodies, and then the controlling labor operation as well. So we did because I've been gone for a little while, about 3 days.
We were gone half day Monday, all day Tuesday. I was back Wednesday. She was gone all day Wednesday.
Yeah, so today is the last day that I can send anything through to make it for this month of July. So I was trying to push all the warranty claims through as quickly as possible, and every single fuel pump recall was getting kicked back because
parts mix
allegedly we weren't putting the correct part on. The correct part was on the vehicle, but the correct part was not getting charged out.
Right.
Oh, because
and the
they had
labor-ups were all fucked.
Well, yeah, because they had the wrong parts for the wrong
They
vehicle.
were copy and pasting.
And they're not all the same.
Shit.
Correct.
Yeah.
Which,
Can you guys believe it's already August on fucking Monday?
no.
Well, Monday, yeah, and I'll believe it.
But still, it's like it's so close. It's so close. I'm so close.
About to come.
Yeah. Do not come.
Why? What happens in August?
Nothing. It's just it's already fucking August, dude. It's like
The 8th month
Christmas
of the year.
is just around.
No, I don't.
Halloween. Halloween.
Christmas.
Here comes Halloween. Here comes Halloween.
Halloween. Oh. Alley party of one.
What do you mean alley party of one? I
Yeah,
was
but
singing
you
it with there.
stopped. Anyways.
I'm sorry, everybody likes a good edge.
Oh.
What? What just happened?
But the recalls
me, Michael, with those fucking eyes.
are
Judgy eyes.
making the Mazda warranty dollars go up quite a bit. And if I was a person that made commission, I would be very happy. But I'm not, so that's okay. Fucking A.
Well, it's not okay, but
Fucking A.
fucking A.
Sounds like you're getting stretched a little too thin there.
Like a batwing?
Like, no, not quite. I'm thinking something else.
Butts.
All the veins.
No.
So,
Blood pumping. It makes you angry.
Okay.
So-
this is a very horny episode.
I don't know what's wrong with you people. I certainly hope that you seek the help that you need.
What's wrong with
Wait.
It takes one to know one, motherfucker.
I was just going to say it's like you people coming from.
Stop it, Jacob.
Let the record show that Michael has blushed.
Just a skosh.
A scoosh.
Speaking of being stretched thin.
Oh my god. There.
Swallow it. Swallow it.
That's my titty.
I swallowed.
Oh, good.
My
girl.
drink.
Good girl.
Thank you for clarifying that as well for the listening audience.
Blink, blonk, blink, blonk.
So, so I did selfishly take 3 days off of work for myself.
Okay, wait, whoa. You started that off wrong.
Selfishly.
Rephrase that. Rephrase it, Michael.
Selfishly, I took
wrong. You took 3 days off because you can.
So after I got back to work,
That's fine, too.
I was inundated with work because I literally had parts that showed up for 6 or 7 vehicles plus a stack of stuff that the boys couldn't get taken care of while I was gone because they're all so busy.
That's apparently a great show that I still need to watch. The Boys.
Oh, The Boys? You've never seen The Boys?
You're
Oh
missing
my
out on
God.
life.
Oh, it's so good.
So fucking good.
We have all 3 seasons that we can binge.
Oh my
Please.
God, you
I've
have to watch it.
Only seen season 3, episode 1 at 9 minutes.
Spend a night and a half and watch that.
Yeah, we
you're
need
missing
to.
out on life.
Okay. Anyway, so I'm trying to now.
Bussy.
Now that I'm not doing. No, that's not.
That's mine.
So. So. Yes, thank you, Ali.
Dissy.
So now that I'm not doing the shop foreman stuff, I'm actually allowed to be in my stalls all the time for the most part,
All the time.
and be able to crank out work.
To interject, how many times have they asked you to come back to be shop foreman so far? Since your announcement? Like 2 dozen, 3 dozen, 500?
I mean, it's been maybe less than 10 times or around 10, 15 times.
I think for the most part, everyone's on board.
Yeah, everyone's on board for the most part.
You mean with you coming back or you not being?
With me not being shop
cool.
foreman
Okay,
for
good.
right now.
Good.
They understand why, and even though I told everybody that I'm not going to leave them high and dry, I did kind of tell them I have to focus on being in my stalls.
Yep.
And so now that I can do that, I kind of forgot what it was like to work on a car, and it's amazing. I missed it so much. I'm like super efficient this week. I'm just cranking out stuff. I'm like back in my groove. I'm loving it. So
it was definitely weird coming around last week or the week before where I turned the corner and you're working on, there's cars in the fucking air.
How crazy is that?
Yeah.
So, okay. So now
my God.
I'm finally in work mode, right? And
Look at her butt.
I know that there's a lot of stuff up there that needs to get diagnosed and looked at, but right now I'm focusing on the stuff that's currently in my stalls so that I can pull another vehicle in to diagnose it. But I need to get these things out because they have promise times on them. And the advisor that has one of the vehicles in there is saying, "Hey, I need you to look at this and this, but I also need this by Friday." I said, "Well, today's Thursday or whatever. I can't guarantee you that this car is going to go by Friday if you have me do all this other stuff in before." Well, what do you mean you can't do it? I said, "Listen, I'm only one person. You guys pulled Andrew off to go do lube. I am by myself and I'm trying to crank out hours. I am hour based. I have been losing my butt on all this stuff for a long time. I need to crank these hours out. And I'll be happy to look at it for you, but you got to give me some time." And he kind of got a little sour with me and gave me a little bit of an attitude. And I understand, they're used to me just being able to do everything, and that's fine. But right now, that one advisor that asked me to do these other things had a promise time for this vehicle to go by Friday. And if you stop me from doing that, I can't guarantee you that it's going to go by Friday. So you have to pick and choose. These are both of your customers. Let me finish this vehicle, and then on Friday I can get you, hopefully I can get you an answer or something, at least give them, give the customer some sort of update for, well, we're going to need it till Monday because we found this and this and that and that. You can stretch a little bit of a thread, a yarn or whatever to cover that.
Spin a yarn.
Thank you, Jacob. But, I need to have time to finish the vehicle that you promised. You can't pull me off on all these things. And that's just one writer. The other writers had, vehicles that were promised to go by Friday because the parts came in, and the parts came in while I was gone. And, they tell the customer, "Oh, hey, the parts came in. We expect your vehicle to be done, such and such date," even though I'm not there to work on it. So now I'm really trying to crank stuff out. And that combined with some mistakes that happened in my department and things like that, stuff that I have to clean up. It was just being stretched really thin again, but now it's not with shop foreman stuff. It's just cleaning up things in my department after I selfishly took 3 days off of work.
No, it's not selfishly though. You have to do what you have to do.
Give your balls a tug, tit fucker.
Exactly.
I'll play that for me. Yeah.
Play it for yourself because there is.
It's not fair to the team for me to be absent because then it puts more strain and stress on everybody else. It's the same way that you feel when a lubie calls out sick or whatever, or a service advisor calls out sick.
But you didn't call out sick.
It's not
it
your
was
problem.
Planned. It was a whole thing.
Sick, I can understand. I did something that wasn't, it was, I don't know.
It's not your problem.
Well, you have vacation time. We've had a whole episode topic about vacation time before, and you should take it.
It's still, yeah. I tell people that they should take it, but I personally don't feel comfortable doing it.
We'll practice what you preach, bitch.
Yeah, stop being a martyr.
Dick bag.
you.
Thank you.
So, this is not a topic that is on the board, but
How
I just
dare
want to
you
touch on
deviate.
this. I'm going to deviate your septum really quick.
Oh my goodness.
So we had a new service writer starting because we lost a wonderful service writer, Henry. He's going to better himself. He's going back to school.
I thought you were going to say Jake.
Oh, no.
Jacob
Oh, that's
quits.
so sweet.
No, Henry is bettering
Jacob
himself.
quits.
He is becoming a substitute teacher while he goes to school and becomes a teacher. He's going to be perfect for this, a real teacher. And so the new guy was starting. He had worked at 2506. Write it down. 2506.
Or,
25 minutes.
About 10 seconds ago.
Anyways, moving on.
No, it
Continue.
was 2506.
Oh, hello. Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
So
Hello.
I'm trying to make a good cut time for Mike.
Hello.
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 So be quiet for a second.
Hello?
I think this is where he's going to
Okay,
start. At the
perfect.
hellos.
Hello.
So the new service writer was starting and he pulled a Jake.
What do you mean he pulled a Jake?
He kept interrupting her.
His place where he was moving from, the dealership he was moving from, offered him more money.
Yep.
So he stayed.
Understandably so.
Well, to be fair.
Yeah.
To be
and
fair.
it's-
To be
it's
fair. To be fair, the dealership I'm at right now did not offer me more money than the place that was offering me a new job.
But they made it comfortable enough to stay.
To be completely honest, I stayed because of the
I need about $350.
I need about $350. It was they did offer me more to make it easier for me to say yes, I will stay. But realistically, it's because I like the people I work with,
Right.
and I had a clientele base, and I like the people that I work with, and I've made relationships and friendships, and it was hard for me to let that go.
Sure. Because it's the unknown. So if you get thrown a bone,
Oh, I
to
ain't scared
stay
of the
where you
unknown.
are-
I'll fuck that bitch.
No, I mean,
Sideways.
but it is a fact of the matter. I feel like,
Matter of factly.
yeah, matter of factly.
Tattlebackly?
Okay, what?
I don't fucking know.
Jake's drunk, you guys.
What are we doing on
All
our
right,
deck?
no more for.
What are we doing? Not pulling a Kim Kardashian.
Oh no, Chris Pratt. Thank you.
I like Chris Pratt.
Oh,
Me too.
Daddy is fucked. Oh my God. Not my type at all, but he could get it any day.
But
DAF.
he kind of is
Who-
your
who
type
can't?
in
Who
Parks
can't
and
get it?
Recreation, though, when he's a little chunky.
Basement is flooded.
Chunky?
Yes.
Chunky.
No, I love parts and
I like 'em big.
I like them chunky.
Chunky.
But
Literally the best show ever.
Oh, such a
Parks and Rec.
Literally.
literally.
I enjoyed Community.
Community is also good.
Community was good.
Chris Traeger.
But and to bounce off of your stretch thin, same thing with us. I've got one of my best techs that is in El Salvador. And
So what? You're down to 3 texts now.
fuck, dude, it feels like it.
Shit.
I'm going to start turning wrenches.
I'm going to come.
Please do.
Oh my God, is that a Corvette, guys?
That looks like a Volvo.
Oh my God. Fuck
That
you,
looks like a
Jacob.
Volvo. Is that a
I
Volvo?
remember that commercial.
No.
It's it's the video. And
No,
we were driving down the highway, right?
No, we were.
No, okay, tell the story.
We were driving, and it's like a 67, 68, 69 e-body like station wagon, either an Oldsmobile
Chevy.
or a Chevy or something along those lines. But fucking,
I don't think it was a Chevy.
but it could have been.
GM, I'm saying a GM
Right,
product.
but
Okay.
either way, super tits, great dark green paint, body
yeah, like a
lines are
hunter green, silvery.
body
or
lines
a
are awesome. He's
sparkly
got
situation.
it slightly tubbed, but not enough to be like an old like Ford Roadster type of tub. And Ali goes, "Is that a Volvo?"
Well,
Oh my fucking God.
You're so pretty.
Oh my God, I fucking hate you guys. So I so wonderfully called to check in with Eric, and we saw this nice car, and I was legitimately asking a question.
Was Eric sick?
Eric has always been sick.
Sick
as fuck.
In the yeah.
Wow.
Sicky nar bro.
Yes,
Oh my
this
God.
Eric. This bitch right here.
That bitch.
100%.
That bitch.
Yeah. But see, the funny thing is Allie
And
knows.
they were making fun of me.
Which is
and
easy
I
to
said,
do.
fuck you guys, I'm going to hang up the phone. And then what do? They fucking bring it onto the podcast for all of our millions of listeners to hear.
Not they. Not they.
Thems.
Oh, they, them.
No. Jake them.
Jake them.
Jake them.
Me them. Allie, to give her some credit, the one old car that she will always know is either a Chevy Bel Air or a Chevy Nomad.
I love them.
Because she absolutely loves them.
I want a creamsicle Nomad.
Pretty iconic.
So bad.
It's super fucking iconic. And she's like, babe, buy me a Nomad. I'm like, yeah, let me.
Super fucking expensive.
Let me whip out
Try 5
85.
Chevys.
Let me
Listen, you
whip
guys-
out 85 G's
No.
for a
Just for a
semi
shell.
okay decent
For
one.
a
A
shell.
rolling chassis is like $25,000. Like, get the fuck out of here.
I had a
Buy a
chance.
fiberglass tub and make my own.
Wait, let me line this up. Let
Okay,
me
you
line
line
this
it
up.
up, baby.
Okay, so she did have a chance, and I will
was
let her
hard.
explain this. But where we live, there is a car show
/ air show.
/ air show at a local airport.
Where do you live? Just kidding.
Yeah, exactly.
That one place.
where a bunch of people bring all of their old cars, and it's also the air show, and you get to park on the tarmac, and you
It's
get to
very
park next to
cool.
the old warplanes. It's a lot of fun, and you get to see a lot of cars that people don't necessarily bring out for the local car show. It's really a once a year special where they'll bring out the prized
The fancy
possessions
stuff, yeah.
and get really cool pictures next to
The
like
fine china.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
You get pictures next to F-18 Super Hornets and next to the Cobra attack helicopters and the the
Are
C.
these like planes and stuff?
I don't know what he's saying.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I know
Those
all
are
those.
words.
C-130, all the
Yep.
big, really cool planes where you can get pictures taken with them. And we were there one year, and I had my 73 Roadrunner in the show while it was actually still, running.
Operational.
Dave! And operational. And I'll cut it off at this, where we were walking around and looking, and Allie notices this beautiful creamsicle Nomad that a dude
Gorgeous.
had for sale that was fucking cherry, except for a couple of minor blemishes here and there.
Whatever.
And the guy
So minor.
And the guy only wanted like 81 G's, and the engine
Only.
had been for what it was though.
I get it.
Right now in today's market, it's $150,000 Nomad. So he wanted it for half price because
So listen.
the engine had been redone, the interior
Well, it's
was
not
done
numbers matching. And,
right.
yeah.
It was
cherry.
so it was a numbers matching engine, but the engine had been way tweaked. And it was just
Good.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The
What's
interior
a fucking stock car.
the interior was done by a gentleman with the last name Magnus, who is a very, very well world-renowned interior for vehicles. Everything had been redone. And Allie goes, "Oh my God, I want this so much!" And out
start
comes
flirting with this 85-year-old man.
this super wrinkled
hard.
fucking old ass motherfucker. And she goes, "Oh my God, it's beautiful." And he's like, "You want to buy it?"
I swear to God, I'm so sorry.
She was ready.
But I was
ready to take one for the team.
give this man anything he wanted for this car. I told Jake, I was like, I will sleep with this man to have this car. Whatever he wants.
I gave her permission.
I'll do it.
I mean, I've lusted after some cars before, but
No, Mike, you don't
No,
understand.
Mike.
I'm pretty sure.
oh no, I
actually,
understand. I
if
for
any
sure
of
understand.
Our listeners are friends with me on Facebook. I'm pretty sure my profile picture is
yes.
me sitting in that
that
Nomad.
car.
He's like, "You want to sit in it, pretty mama?"
Fine.
Fine.
Yes, I don't care.
Whip out your wrinkly
I don't
sack.
care how dusty it is. I don't care how dusty it is. I'll polish it off. I just want the car.
Talking about the car or
She's
Except
like,
for
she's like,
interpretation.
I don't care if it shoots powdered milk at this point.
Do not care.
as old as the hills and twice as dusty.
And I was like, it might have happened.
She was gonna come.
There was a stain on the
did.
seats.
Jake.
All the moist.
It was beautiful, you guys, and it was like It had that
It was sparkly.
It was so sparkly.
It looked like a Volvo.
Oh my God. Go fuck yourself.
And with that, we're going to break.
We are. We need to thank our sponsors. Thanks to Nick Lowridge from Matco Tools.
And
Yes.
Go ahead.
Ray Moon from El Ranchito Taco Shop, Lake Elsinore.
Yes. And Travis Ferris from Hit Distributing for all of the Justice Brothers products. Yeah.
Norman Glazier from Stovocore Metalwork.
Hi, Norm.
Works.
And Dale Follett for all of his awesome IT work. And visit him at Twisted Builds.
Bruce Vane for the Sweet Tunes.
They're all fucking amazing.
And our VIPs that we have.
Tyler, Jean-Luc.
So many.
The rest.
Let's also, I think we shouted her out last week, but Amy, we love you.
We'll be back.
After these messages.
Hi, Mike Sarah here from Customer States. If you're searching for the highest quality additives, lubricants, or cleaners for your automotive, heavy equipment, agricultural, or industrial machinery needs, look no further than the Justice Brothers line of products. From lubing your chainsaw, performing a complete fuel system treatment and decarb service on a customer's vehicle, keeping that forklift forking and lifting, or just need a can of that famous JB80 penetrant to persuade a rusty bolt, Justice Brothers has you covered. Travis Ferris of Hit Distributing is not only Southern California's authorized Justice Brothers distributor, but also a great friend of mine. Over the years, Travis has helped me and my dealership with anything and everything we need, including all the lines of Justice Brothers products and even equipment to perform the various services we may need for our specific application. HIT stands for honesty, integrity, and trust, so you know when you contact Travis, that's exactly what you'll get. That, combined with Justice Brothers supplying superior quality automotive products since the 1940s and 75 years in the racing industry, you will have absolutely everything at your disposal to get the job done. Justice Brothers is proudly made in the USA, and they have a satisfaction guarantee or your money back. Justice Brothers has the best quality products over any other competitor, and they'll gladly tell you that themselves. If you live in the Southern California area, call my man Travis Ferris at 805-208-7818. And if you don't, call him anyway and tell him I said thanks. And visit justicebrothers.com to learn more about their complete line of products. Justice Brothers, America's brand for quality.
Are we doing this again?
Wait, now we're back.
We're doing this again.
I'm very bad. I'm going to get better, you guys.
Let's do it.
Oh.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Customer States Podcast. You told me to bring it in.
Shut your
So you will fucking crack your crackable when I say you should crack your crackable.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Thank you. You will listen to me. Crack your fucking crackable.
Yes, Daddy. I came first.
Ooh.
Thank you.
It's okay.
Michael.
Sometimes you just can't help it.
Indeed.
Welcome back. Oh, that was a weird crack in my voice. Welcome back, you guys. You okay over there? You gonna be okay? You gonna be okay? Good, buddy?
I missed.
Oh, it happened.
I missed.
So.
That's not like you.
I know. So disappointing.
Thank you to all of our wonderful sponsors during that break. You are lovely, and we appreciate you all.
Helping keep the lights on and the podcast rolling.
The potting.
The pod potting.
Party. The pod
That's
party
an interesting
rolling.
one. The pod potting. It took me a second to register that. I like
Really?
that.
I feel like I said it weird. Potting is kind of a weird word.
Podding.
We didn't smoke any marijuana, you guys. Don't worry about it.
Enunciate.
Speak for yourself. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my God. Isn't it such a trip that there's pot shops like in the casinos in Vegas? That really tripped me out.
Yeah, with the half-naked girls standing outside on the strip trying to sell you joints and stuff like that. It was very wild.
I never
You
saw
guys,
that.
pro tip, do not take pictures with the, what are they called?
Actors.
No.
on the
They're
street.
they're
Showgirls.
the showgirls.
You have to pay them.
Yeah, but they don't tell you that you have to pay. This
Yeah.
did not
No,
happen
they
to
don't
me.
tell you.
It's kind of
My
implied.
cousin paid $40
Yeah.
because they're like, do you want to take a picture with us? And they're like, yeah, sure. You know, my cousin
they
in her
reel
life.
you in too.
And then so she's like, oh, okay, that'll be $40. And then she goes, what about my friend here? My cousin's like, can't you split it?
Yeah. No, we got that happened to David and I. We were walking down the strip, and these two beautiful, voluptuous black queens dressed up as sexy cops stopped us and basically like, stop, you're breaking the law.
In the name of love.
No, don't ruin it. Oh my God, you bitch.
What? Sorry.
I was telling a story. I'm talking.
Go on.
Anyways, they had handcuffs in the whole 9 yards.
It's kind of rare that I was a quiet one in that situation.
I know. Mm-hmm. They were dressed up in leather and sexy and fishnets, and they stopped David and they handcuffed him, and I'm taking all kinds of pictures, and they were super nice, and they go...
Until.
No, they were super nice, and she goes, it is customary to tip the... I don't remember what she called them. They were
Actors or whatever.
Yeah.
Performers.
Yes, to tip $20. I'm like, okay. This was new to me. I had no idea, and so I gave them $40 and thanked them. And I got probably like 15 or 20 pictures. So
okay,
it was worth it. But,
yeah,
but it was cool. I'm like, yeah, we're not doing that again. The next time someone tries to stop, no, keep walking. I'm good.
Do you think there's like big burly men like in the corner that if you don't pay them, they will like
they're pimps or something?
Yeah, because what is gonna stop me from just being like, no, bitch, you didn't tell. This was not the arrangement.
I think it's they're self-employed.
Correct.
Definitely.
Yeah, they're self-employed.
Well, it's totally a scam. It is.
Well, I think it's more of a hustle than a scam.
It's okay. That's fair.
It's a hustle. They're hustling. That's how they make their money.
Yep.
Well, it's just the liability that you take.
Yeah.
When you walk down the strip. I mean, and I heard that Jake has an update about the liability specifically
you dumb
today.
Bitch, I fucking hate you. How did I miss that?
I did it so good.
You did. That was slick. That was very slick.
7 out of 10.
Oh, come on. It was better than that.
She can always do better.
I didn't go liability.
Babe, I think you're a 10 out of 10.
Thank you. You're an 11 out of 10.
Stop.
Ooh. Gay. So what I can at least update at this point next week, I'll probably be able to talk about it a little bit more. So it'll be the update 2.0
As
or
your
the liability
lawyer, I
update.
advise you to be vague.
My lawyer? Never take legal advice from Allie. Oh my God. I'm saving you hassle. So I had the liability, same one that I've talked about for a while. He backed one of my customers' cars into the parts van and tore a giant gaping hole into the rear bumper. So
I'm having deja vu right now.
Yeah, so am I.
I just really want to say nobody likes a gaper, but I don't want to discriminate.
I literally remember you talking about this before, but it was a different car and a different story.
Yeah,
The same, but different.
Yeah.
He has damaged 5 or 6 cars in the past 3 months, which is way too much.
That's a lot of cars for sure.
Yeah. And I mean, average.
At least 5 or 6 cars too many.
Yeah, no shit. And the average repair cost on them is ranging right around $600 to $750, which is a lot considering. I mean, it's still a business, and yeah, we bring in money, but
multiplied by 5 or 6 is a large number.
Every 3 months it adds up. So,
oh my God.
So he was rushing or whatever he was doing. I was inside of the office helping with another customer, and my phone rang, and it was my boss and the customer that I was helping. I was just finishing up with, so I was able to pick up the call before it rang too many times before it just, went to voicemail.
Right.
And I pick it up, and my boss goes, "I need to see you in the parts department now." And I'm all like, "What's going on?" And he's like, "Just come see me." And I'm like, "Okay." So
and you said, "I'm going to come."
Gonna come.
And then he said, "Do not come."
And I got up and I left the office and I started walking over to the parts department, and he was walking out of his office, and he just kind of had that look on his face that I've gotten used to, that
Pure disappointment.
it's the liability look. It's become such a normalcy that I knew immediately that the look on his face had to do with a liability. And sure enough, he walks me over to my customer's car, and in those past 3 months, 3 of those 6 cars have been my customers.
God damn it.
Oh, so you're winning the shit lottery.
Pretty much.
Fuck, man.
So he walks over, and I don't know, it's probably about a 5.5, 6-inch hole.
A giant grapefruit.
Yeah, pretty much. And he had just not looked over his shoulder. He backed it right into the parts van, and it tore a hole straight through the bumper. So sure enough, I have to go get the customer. And
is this a newer vehicle?
Thankfully, no. I mean, still, nonetheless. But no, it wasn't. It wasn't a brand new vehicle. It was a 17 or 16 or 17, whatever. But
fairly new.
But as a good customer representative / service advisor, I go over to the customer and I go, I'll call her Susan for just privacy reasons, but I go, "Hey Susan, can I talk to you, or can you come here for a second?" And I'm outside, and she gets up, and I go, "Well, I've got good news and bad news." And I'm all like,
I love how you lead every bad situation with that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got to balance it out.
Oh, I know. It's beautiful.
I go, "I've got good news and bad news, and I'll leave it up to you which one you want to hear first." And she goes, "Let's do bad news." And I'm like, "Okay, no problem. My technician accidentally tore a giant hole in your bumper."
You've got a gaping hole.
Right. And she kind of gets that look on her face like, "Oh my God." I'm like, "But the good news is you get a brand new bumper, and we're going to pay for it." And she goes, "Oh, okay." And of course that evens everything out. And, she goes, "Can I take a picture of it so I can, update my husband?" I'm like, "You can do whatever you want with your car." It's like, bottom of the line is we will get this fixed for you. I'll give you a call in a couple of days. It'll be a brand new bumper. It'll be completely painted. We'll use a, professional body shop. If you want to look them up, this is who we use.
Did you use the air quotes then too?
Yeah, right.
Professional. High five.
And I go, "And I'm going to put you into a loan vehicle so that you have something to drive. That way we just have it here. We don't have to mess around with anything. It'll be, a quick one shot, done and done. Give you a call and you can get back into your car." So that was all fine. She left happy. Thankfully, she's a nicer customer. She's been coming around for a long time. But the one thing that did piss me off is, of course, whether or not he did this, and I'll explain. We were going to send him home for the day to suspend him for X amount of days, whatever the case is.
Right.
Over this incident?
Yes.
But it's been multiple incidents.
And that's the reason why we would have sent him home to suspend, because it's been, it has become, a habit.
It's really disappointing.
But instead of him hanging around to talk about it or apologize or anything, he just hopped on his motorcycle and peeled out and left. Not talking, not anything, didn't wait around to be told what to do or what was happening or what was to be done.
Fuck that guy.
And he just hopped on his motorcycle and left.
What Eric said.
And I 100% agree with you, Eric, on that. At the same time, I understand that
I want you to know this.
with how many times it has happened to him, I do understand that it is frustrating and it's embarrassing and all that, but it's still super, super unprofessional.
So get better at your job.
Fucking peel out. So there will be more to this next week once
can't wait to hear.
a couple of things happen, and I will update you guys. But, to spin off of this is the new rider that we have in the shop that sits next to me. He goes, "Oh my God, I can't imagine doing that because I'm so new. If I happen to damage a customer's car, I'd be in so much trouble." I'm like, "Let me straighten something out for you." It's always bad if you accidentally damage a customer's car, but in a shop, no matter what, accidents do happen, and sometimes they're unavoidable. So if you were to say, 3-4 months in,
feel avoidable.
In some circumstances they
What
are
they're called accidents.
Exactly. Sometimes you are distracted. Sometimes another person's not paying attention. There's a lot of variables. So he goes, "Oh my God," and I will get in so much trouble. I'm like, let me clear something up. Number one, let's say you're 4 months in, you accidentally back into a customer's car, damage it, nicks it, tears a hole, whatever the case is. When it happens once, say every 4 or 5 years, it's an accident. When it happens 5 to 6 times every 3 months, it becomes a habit. That's the difference. It's like you're not going to get you're going to get scolded and told, hey, pay a little bit more attention. You need to be slow down.
Right.
Do you guys
be more aware.
Do you guys do on the spot drug testing if somebody has an accident like that?
So
Because a lot of
We have
dealerships
the
do that.
right to.
correct, but there, and I can't remember because I talked with my boss today about this, and the owner kind of clued him into a few things. There's some law in California where you technically can't ask a employer after they have passed the original screening and you've been working there, you can't test them on the spot without it being super convoluted where they can actually fight that if they choose to. If there is an accident or something that points to the fact of where you need to for the protection of the business, the people around you, and that employee's well-being, you can do it on the spot.
If somebody crashes a car,
Well, no, that's what I'm talking.
Multiple times.
But that's what I'm talking about. It's all like, so we can, but it's only if something like that happens. But we also didn't even have the chance
seemed like
because
it happened to.
but
He left.
it's because he fucking peeled out. Even if we wanted to, it's off of the table.
but
So
that's-
don't come
that's
back
a
until you go
no-show.
to Quest Diagnostics and pass a drug test. I mean, it's simple as that. Like, I mean, there's procedures and policies in place for
And-
events like that.
And I hate to be judgy on the guy, but once again, me and Alex did talk about this a little bit today about this one tech is always a little spacey, to say the least. But we've noticed in the past couple, and when I say spacey, not even spacey is problematic, but we've noticed in the past couple, hold on, I know. In the past couple of months, we have been noticing a downhill pattern with this whole spaciness where it's not just, this person is kind of a ditz. We have noticed
getting
that
worse.
there may be some outside influence to this, whether it's depressed or pills or some form of illicit drug or whatever the flying
Ask the
fuck.
person if they need help and give them the help they need, but remind them that we need you to be professional when you're at work.
Yeah.
Right. So
That's unfortunate.
But just, if I forget for whatever reason, remind me next week because I already know what's happening and what is going to happen and what has been implemented.
Write
but
that down, Mikey.
I will definitely give you guys a solid update next week for 2.0. So stay tuned.
See, I initially was going to say that, like, how disappointing it is, and that when you feel like you do things the right way, like, nothing happens. But when someone does something unsavory, that there's no, like, repercussion. But when you guys put it that way, that, like, maybe the person needs help, it puts it in a different perspective, I think. But also at the same time, like, what if that was a employee walking behind him instead of a vehicle? Like, you can fix a vehicle, you can't necessarily always fix the person.
About that, if you guys remember way back during season 1, when we hired the liability, he ran into one of our porters.
Oh yeah.
If you recall that, he swiped his calf and it bruised him up pretty good, and it's because he was speeding too much. And then following shortly after that, he ran a customer's car into a trash can. And then shortly after that, it was the Ugga Dugga story with the spark plug inside of the engine. And then shortly after that, it was hitting another car, and it's just been a continual problem. So it's just, and Eric has said this multiple times, not everyone is cut out for this business. Just because you can turn a wrench or some form of, or you have some form of mechanical inclination, doesn't necessarily mean that you can be a professional mechanic or a professional technician in a professional setting. So either way.
Yeah. It's such a tough situation, and especially with the climate of finding techs and keeping people happy and all of that whole rigmarole.
Hi, Ricky.
Rigmarole?
Well, no, how you said keeping him happy and rigmarole. Hi, Ricky.
Yeah. Well, it's not just that person. It's
I know.
everyone. It's the service writer that we couldn't get. It's, it's all of that.
I don't care what we would have raised his pay to. He was so done with the automotive industry. I don't think from what,
Well, no,
when I
I'm
was
not talking about Henry. I'm talking about the person that we were going to hire on
that guy
that ended up staying with his dealership.
That guy used. I don't think he was ever going to
Well, he
really
worked
take
with
that
us
job.
Before, too.
I realize that,
You
but
just
still.
said it.
Oh, right.
Just keep going.
Yeah, just keep going.
17, 15.
I got it. Keep
Yep.
going.
So
Thank you.
So either way, but to move on to the next, we have to talk to fuck you, Eric.
Eric Fu.
Eric
Me.
Fu. Eric Fu.
What happened? What is so? Should I say the title, or is that like the punchline of the story?
No.
What was so sketchy about this truck?
Well, I was working on an F-250, and it wasn't like the full size F-250. It was like a half cab. It had the cage on the back bed that goes over the top of the cab.
Headache rack.
And he didn't have it loaded up or anything like that. So my 2-post was able to lift it just fine. The way that it sits on the rack, it kind of leans back a little bit.
Okay.
It wasn't rocky by any means. It's just the way it sits on the rack. It was stable.
Okay.
It was stable. But
Let the record show that Mike made quotation fingers.
anyways,
He's questioning your authority, Eric.
I'm well aware. That's fine. I don't care.
Wait, but
He's not shop
don't you
foreman
use
anymore,
those
so he
little
can't. Doesn't
Absolutely
matter.
correct. I am
pole
not.
jack
So it
thing
doesn't
for
matter.
that? It doesn't matter.
I'm talking.
I'm asking you a question,
If
so
you would
you
let
might
me
be
finish the
talking.
story, then you would find out.
Hey, Allie, shut the fuck up.
I'm kidding. I love you. No, come back, Allie.
Come
Let
back.
the record
Come
state
back.
that she just spun her microphone out of the way.
I was
back.
getting to that point, but you didn't let me.
Meat spin.
Oh, hello, spinner.
Michael, you're not shop foreman. You can't tell me what to do anymore.
That's right. So I needed to replace the oil pan gasket on it, and for this truck, you have to lift the body off the frame, and then you have to raise the engine out of the frame to slide the oil pan out.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
So I'm fat, so working on the ground.
Eric, no.
No. Just let me roll with it.
I want you to reword that.
No, just let me roll with it. So working on the ground.
Roll
Did you
with
see
it.
that? Yeah. So working on the ground is difficult for me. Whatever, it is what it is. I can do it. I just choose not to. I will do everything I can to work smarter, not harder.
It's smart.
So
Unless it's in the bedroom.
I always give
Stop.
my best.
Stop.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry.
anyways, buzzkill. I
Bitch,
raised
don't
the
kill my
vehicle up.
vibe.
Bitch, don't kill my vibe. I raised the vehicle up. I disconnected whatever I needed to disconnect. I did the same thing on the top. I elevated the body off of the frame and put wooden blocks between the body and the frame to keep the body elevated. And then I raised the truck, and then I unbolted the engine, and I raised the engine. Now, mind you, I only need to raise it like maybe 4 or 5 inches.
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes, baby. It didn't need to go up very high. So I used a pole jack to jack up the front of the engine off of the frame so that I could slip the oil pan out through the back. I realized now, well, I realized at the time, period, that the way that the body is elevated off of the frame, it makes the truck look like it's leaning way far back, but it's not, because the frame is sitting square on the rack.
But the body is
Just the front cab, not the bed.
Cattywampus.
So what we call it alligatoring the cab. So we lift the front of it like an alligator mouth.
okay.
And so the way it looked, and just the fact that I had all this pressure holding the engine up and whatnot as well, I went and got my trans jack and I put it underneath the trailer hitch in the back to support the rear end up, because I started getting questions like, God, this is fucking annoying. And I get it. People are concerned for my safety. It looks like something that it's very deceiving to the eye.
So is this not something that you like is it a rare occurrence?
Oh yeah, no, this is I think this was my first one in 4.5 years. But it looks worse than what it is. I made sure the truck was secure. I ratchet strapped the frame to the lift as well. But just for peace of mind of everyone else walking by and questioning it, I put the trans jack underneath the trailer hitch. Just as added support.
Right.
But I wish you could have seen Mikey's jaw hit the ground when he saw what I did. And I also learned he came over to inspect my work when I wasn't around. So
You bitch.
yeah, no, because he's nosy as fuck like that.
Says the person who has his nose in everything.
Oh, but I admit it out loud. That's the difference between you and I.
I just want to make sure my coworkers are safe.
Like I said, no, that's not what it is. You have different intentions. Anyway, so that's the sketchy truck.
Agree to disagree, Michael.
Oh, you know what? I actually have a photo of it. I'll show you guys while we move on, and you can give your opinion on.
Hi, Kevin.
Oh, hi, Kevin.
Hi, Kevin.
He used to be on the podcast, guys.
For those of you who are new here, this is our long lost podcast brethren.
Here is the photo.
Hi, Kevin.
Here's the photo of the truck.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, it does look super
Sketch.
Yeah, sketchy.
Yeah, we can post that on the
Hey,
page.
Eric,
We can post it.
if it makes you feel better, I would have trusted you fully, even seeing the truck like that.
Thank you.
Because you can tell that the
No,
body
I would have secretly
straight,
come over
but
and asked.
No, the body's elevated off the frame.
Yeah.
Right, the frame is straight.
And then there's my
but
pull
the-
jack lifting the engine up, and then there's the trans jack under the.
Do you guys have any trucks where you actually have to remove any part of the bed or the cab itself, like the shell, to work on the
I've
vehicle
seen them do
properly?
that.
Yeah, I've
All
done
the
that
time.
numerous
All the
times.
time.
I have to pull cabs on F-150s to replace the engine.
Okay.
I know some texts swear by pulling the cab to do phasers, which I think is complete
That's
bullshit.
fucking a waste
It's
of time.
stupid. But
Waste
pulling
of
a
time.
cab,
Just-
Yeah.
it takes all of maybe an hour and a half tops.
Gotcha.
So it's not terrible at all. So to answer your question, yes.
Yes.
We do. I actually had something funny to share with you guys.
Oh, good. I love funny things.
Yes, to lighten the mood after that discussion.
sorry,
we had.
not
So,
Oh, Jake, can you please do your turkey call?
I just did.
yes, he did. I
I
heard
did.
It. Oh,
I just did.
it wasn't the.
Oh, yeah.
legit-
Sorry. I'll do my turkey card. Allie wants me to do the specific one. Oh, yeah, turkey, come over here.
I love it.
I tried to get him to do it on break, and he didn't do it.
That's
that's
great. I'm
funny.
glad you saved it for the podcast.
Save it for the podcast.
Allie had to look
Yeah.
at me and go, no, not that one.
The other one. So Sammy texted me this week.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Sam.
She goes, "Hi, Sammy."
Samantha is so beautiful
She's
and
a
sweet.
beautiful being inside and out.
And she's a great warranty administrator.
She is the best warranty administrator.
For
Sorry,
Ford.
Allie.
For Ford.
For Fjord.
There you go.
Okay, so
We'll talk after my audit this coming week.
You always do good on the audits.
I will read this.
Knock on wood.
I will read this verbatim.
Okay.
She says, "Okay, he's a 10, but
Okay.
he calls to check to see if his car is done being worked on. And when you ask who his advisor is, he says no one gave him that information when he checked his car in with that person in the morning. Then when you let him know who his advisor was, he asks you if that person is there today."
Oh, my God.
Oh, my.
I said, "What the fuck? People are stupid." Christian said, "When she's a 10, but she back flags you."
Christian's a bitch.
Oh, my God.
Do I know Christian?
No.
No.
He's my baymate.
Okay.
And she...
Hey,
Hey,
babe,
mate,
Damn it. She responds back, "Ah!" She thought it was so freaking funny. And I told her, "We're fucking dying right now." And she responds back with, "When he's a 10, but he doesn't follow the workshop manual."
Oh, snap.
multiple shots fired. Here,
That's exactly the gif I said. Shots fired. Oh, it was so good.
so I've got one for you. When she's a 10, but she's too much of a chicken shit to realize her worth and ask for more of a raise.
Oh, who are you talking about? I asked for a raise.
All right, hold
Sorry,
on.
I didn't mean to clip the microphone.
New poll question for this week.
Yeah, why
Does
are
Allie
they?
need to ask for a
Why are
raise?
they a 10?
When she is a 10, but
and
Yeah.
that's a big.
Can you fill in your own?
That is a big.
yeah, oh yeah, no, I'll make that happen.
That is a big
That's what.
That's
big
what he
answer
said.
for that little
Oh,
pooch.
wait, what?
Oh, she's fine. She loves that thing.
That's a big... Oh.
That's a big ass bitch. So do
Anyways,
we-
that was my funny.
It was
I
very
like
fun.
it.
I was trying to get you guys caught
Sam's
up.
amazing.
I do actually like the whole she is a 10, but getting caught up.
I was trying to
see
get you
what you
guys caught
did
up.
there.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
I love you
This
guys.
is all circled around Michael.
Well,
I'm
Michael.
assuming.
I believe we kind of touched on that like in the first half. It was pretty much just the ability for now that I have renounced my shop foremanship And I'm able to spend time in my stalls, not only A, working on the vehicles that I'm supposed to be working on, but B, also spending time with the people that I'm supposed to be training and helping to do my job in the future. It's been great. It really has been great to see the boys progress and move further along. Especially with autonomy and independence from me when I was doing the shop foreman stuff. Like I'd have to walk away and be like, okay.
You're watching your little ducklings grow.
It's amazing. It's amazing to see that. And
into beautiful Ryans.
But honestly,
Ryan Goslings.
I don't know if I said this on the podcast yet, but Ryan Goslings, that's very funny.
Yeah, straight man.
That's actually an inside joke from when Kevin and Jake and I were in Vegas a million years ago.
But yeah, I mean, it's great to see them like progress and move forward. And if I tell them to do something, they can do it for the most part by themselves. So it's we were on the topic of getting caught up, but part of that is the fact that the boys can help our department get caught up.
Yeah.
So,
well, I can relate to getting caught up too, because I was out for 2.5 days, which made 3 days of work left for me when I came in today. And I did it all, minus some of the weird fuel pump issues.
The here and there's.
Yeah.
Yep. So
I was very proud of myself.
And everybody
look at me knowing my worth.
Yes. And everybody
Clever girl.
Everybody enjoys getting caught up.
Oh God, Daddy.
So
such a horny episode.
with getting caught up, and we've talked about this endlessly, and we'll continue to talk about it endlessly with the customers who are like, ever since and that crap. With the getting caught up and I was, once again, knock on wood, I had a customer. It's not the Dorco. It's okay.
Oh, sorry.
There she goes.
Way to go, Allie.
I had a customer call that, keep in mind, I had my lube tech do the first oil change. So he's not really checking anything else but tire measurements, brake measurements, fluid levels, and doing the oil change. This one particular customer is particular to be really nice, and when she calls, she kind of talks like this, where it's like, my car and this, and the problem is, and if you could help me with, so it's already an absolute pain. But she called and she goes, well, ever since you guys did the oil change when I was driving my car on the hottest day of the year, that when I stopped driving it, that the radiator fan was still running for a couple of seconds after I shut off my car.
Oh God.
And I explained to her, I'm like, that is completely normal. My car does that. Lots of cars do that. It's just part of the shutoff process. And she's like, well, it's never happened before. And I'm like, well, were you on a long drive on the hottest fucking day of the year, running your AC and working your car extra hard? And she's like,
most likely.
Right. And she's like, well, yeah, I took a 2.5 hour drive and then it happened. And I'm like, well, there you go. McFly. So
Michael most spewed.
And that was the first problem. And then the second problem that she was with, which I just love. Well, my boyfriend looked at this, and I'm like, first
Here we
off,
go.
I was
love the start of
right,
this conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So first off, it's like
I had your tie for you.
Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that.
Is it a single or a double Windsor? I know, dude.
Oh my God, you couldn't do the double for me?
That's rude.
Oh my.
Double.
Last time I asked you to do me a favor.
Double Windsors are a pain in the dick. And then the other one was, she's like, well,
thank you, Kevin.
Well, my boyfriend, and already I've lost all respect for you. And she goes, well, my boyfriend looked at the car and he opened up the hood and he noticed that one of the wires was wrapped in electrical tape and it looks like it's been messed with. And I'm like, ma'am, there are a shit ton of wires that are wrapped in electrical tape and tubing and all types of stuff from the factory. It's supposed to be that way so you don't have exposed wires. Nobody, for your first oil change with 3,700 miles, split open your wiring harnesses, looked at them, and then retaped them.
She was early for.
And she goes, well, but my boyfriend thinks, and I'm like,
Don't care what your boyfriend thinks.
Exactly.
Conversation's over.
You want to go, I really don't give a shit what your boyfriend thinks, but I go, I promise you, everything that you have seen or your boyfriend feels is out of place or what your car is doing is completely normal and everything is completely fine after your 3,700 mile fucking oil change. But, and of course, because I have to do the but, if you feel...
You have to do the but?
Right. If you feel more comfortable,
giggity,
I would be more than happy to set you an appointment for you to have peace of mind. And I did that for her. So, but, knock on wood, she did not show. So maybe she took the advice and decided not to waste her time
fucking batshit
and drive 27 fucking minutes to our dealership from her house. Yes.
Is that something that, like, if you have the technician show in the videos that you guys send, like, if you have the technician explain it, will it, like, mean more to them?
Yes, it helps.
Have more weight?
Yes, it helps. And the thing is
does that help?
Does it help? But the other thing is if she would have shown up, I would have just brought a code reader out to the drive and showed her there were no codes and explained to her how the system worked and show her the fan and how the temperature reads, and then also show her on another car that is literally right across the drive, open up the hood and be like, look at all of this electrical tape so I don't have to send it out to my techs and waste their fucking precious time. And send her on her way.
It's the whole thing is a waste of time.
Yeah, I know.
Stupid.
Most people are a waste of time, I hate to say, but you know, that's a story for another time.
And that's why we're in this business.
Yeah, I know. So, but before the keys jingle, because I sense it and it's coming up, I have been informed from our fearless leader that I have to keep this very brief and and vague. We do have a very special guest that will be on next week for the Ford Technician Forum.
You're such a tease.
It's for everybody.
Just a tip.
Exactly. It is for everybody, but with it being for the Tech Forum for Ford, these people will also be very excited. It'll be a lot of fun. You should definitely tune in. It'll be just... If you want to be here to really get a taste of it, next week is going to be extra special. So you should tune in and be there and listen.
Like you do all of our episodes.
You might learn something, but we have to thank our sponsors for a second time. I'll start with actually Ray Moon this time and his wonderful taco shop in Lake Elsinore, California.
With his creamy guac.
Yep.
And Dave Follett at Twisted Builds.
Yeah, Dale Follett, twistedbuilds.com, twistedbuildsllc.com. No, not .com.
But the email is twistedbuilds.com.
It's a website.
Or whatever. You know what, you guys, this is fine. Dale, I'm sorry. I love you very much.
Moving on.
We need to thank Travis Ferris from Hit Distributing, supplying us with a beautiful Justice Brothers products.
Yes. And you can always follow us.
Nick, thank you.
Oh, Nick Lowridge from Matco Tools. You can always follow us on Instagram and Twitter at customer_states. You can find us at anchor.fm by searching customer_states. No, customer states podcast. Yep. I think on that one.
Yep.
Yeah. And then, we're on Facebook, facebook.com/customer states podcast.
Be our 17th follower on TikTok.
On the TikToks.
We're on YouTube. You can find us on, you can email us at customerstatespodcast@gmail.com, which also happens to be our PayPal. You can find our website, customerstatespodcast.com, where you can find our merchandise. You can find hats, t-shirts, hoodies, sell a bell, stickers, anything.
So many options.
So many things.
And guys, if you continue to follow us and we get more, maybe we'll do giveaways.
Oh, I would like to do some giveaways.
You know what I'd like to give away?
Your love?
I would.
Do it.
And with that, we say...
Love you.
Love you.
We said it.
Love you.
Love you.
You son of a bitch.
All right. Love you.
Love you.
I win.
I win.
Always
Well, I'm in control. Hi, this is Mike Serra from Customer States. Matco Tools is one of the best tool companies in the industry, and Nick Lowridge is one of the best Matco tool distributors. Nick can get me anything I need for the shop or for at home. From oil drain pans to beef jerky, Nick's got what I need on tap. Nick works in the Thousand Oaks, California area, and you too can get whatever you need by calling him at 805-796-7323. And if you're not in that area, call him anyway and tell him you heard about him from the Customer States podcast. And then you can hop on to matcotools.com and find a Matco Tools distributor near you. Matco Tools. Service, trust, results.